After hosting thousands of guests and having to learn this rule the hard way, we don't allow in-town guests anymore because what we found, people want to leave their wonderful home and come to our house and throw a party.
Here's what we do. Do we make exceptions to the rule?
Yes,
sometimes,
of course.
But we put it in our house rules that we do not permit local stays so that anyone inquiring doesn't feel singled out, right? Unfortunately, discrimination is real, and people feel that if you can see their picture, that you're associating their picture with why you don't want them to stay in your place. So if you put it in your house rule that you do not allow local guests to stay, it is across the board. It is a blanket rule. Now, if they message you and they give you a whole dissertation and it feels right to you, of course you can make exceptions. It's your property. They're your rules to break. But if you put it in your house rules, no local stays, you don't have party animals over here wanting to move their party to your place, that it's going to make it a disruption for your neighbors and your property.
Yeah, we do make exceptions. There are exceptions to every rule, and we'll let you know one of those. Sometimes we host guests when they're having renovations done in their home and they need a longer stay, but they're very open and honest about that, letting us know why they're staying, and they're not trying to book it the same exact day.
Yeah, that's when it's like
red
flags. But it's a notorious problem where local guests are more likely to wreck
booking
some
same.
stuff. Okay, the OTAs, like Airbnb, give you an opportunity to say if you have external cameras in your property, but we like to layer it because it is a sensitive subject. Cameras on the property.
Remember what we just said, external. We would
External.
never, ever, 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 ever have any internal camera on the guest.
So when you're filling out your Airbnb listing, Airbnb will prompt you to tell you whether you not have an external camera, but we still put them in our house rules. So we tell our guests in our house rules exactly where they are, and we remind them why we have them. It's not only for the security of the property, but it's also for the security of themselves. But again, it's a sensitive subject. Make it very clear that they understand that you have external cameras and exactly where they are.
You do not want to be spending your precious time on your hands and knees picking
Have you
up
been
glitter.
personally
Or
victimized
by
confetti and glitter? And if you have, or if you haven't yet, actually, if you haven't yet, take it from us, create a house rule that tells guests not only can they not have confetti or glitter, they also can't put tape on your walls or woodwork or cabinets within your home. Not only can it damage your spots, but it's also like you'll end up finding tape for like months later.
And you will be finding glitter and confetti for months.
Correct. Not allowed. The next thing we learned the hard way was not having a rule about no commercial photography or videography in our properties without prior written approval.
Yeah, you don't want a crew showing up with lights, camera, a whole crew.
So much action.
It's happened before.
Yeah, so here's the deal. If you want to entertain content creation in your property, that's great, but you want to make sure they've got a certificate of insurance. You want to make sure that you're pricing it appropriately for them to use your spot, for them to make money off the content they're creating in your space.
Where's that content going to be found?
Where is it going to be found? How are they representing your property in the content? There's a lot of questions to ask. That's a whole other video, but just make sure you have a rule that says it's not allowed unless they have approval from you.
We recommend all hosts have a noise monitoring device. But again, hand in hand, like that outdoor camera, you need to make sure that you're letting your guests know that it is inside the unit. So you want to also add that to your house rules.
In our house rules, we like to remind them that these noise monitoring pieces of equipment are privacy safe, but they will notify us and the guest automatically if they exceed certain decibel levels, and it's for the integrity of the neighborhood and the neighbors if you're in an apartment building, but you definitely want to disclose it. Another rule we've added to our house rules is the fact that in our properties, we don't allow people to bring firearms. This way, if they want to bring a firearm, they know that we're not the place for them to stay there. Why do we have this rule? Because it's happened too often where our cleaning team finds firearms in hidden places like drawers, under pillows, and these things are loaded. So it's just not safe for our team. And what if we miss one in our inspection? We can check every drawer and all the places, but what if we miss one and the next guest has a kiddo?
Yeah. not in our spaces. But here's the deal. All of these rules, we're gonna let you know, we've made all these rules. These rules have all been broken. They are not fail-safe. These are rules that we've made up. You need to know what you're comfortable with in your spaces. But we just wanted to get those out there to you because we had to learn the hard way on a lot of them. But have fun hosting.